بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضاه. إخوتي في الله, brothers in Islam, we can continue with our lesson in Surah Yusuf. ولكن لابد من مراجعة ومذاكرة. We have to review what we covered. والمذاكرة حياة العلم. Reviewing, this is the life of knowledge. This is what keeps it vibrant and alive. جاء من حديث عقبة بن عمرو أن رجلا أتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وهو على راحلته فوضع يده على رجله. A man came to the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم while he was on his riding animal, he put his hand on his foot. فقال يا رسول الله اقرأ علي سورة يوسف أو سورة هود. He said, O Messenger of Allah, read to me Surah Yusuf. فسيت من سورة هود. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنك لن تقرأ سورة أبلغ عند الله من قل أعوذ برب الفلق. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, you will not read a surah that's more profound with Allah than Surah Al-Falaq. Ashahid, the point that the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم used to read the likes of these surahs and these chapters to his companions, these long chapters. قال ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه علمني رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وكفي بين كفيه. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم taught me, and my hand was between his two hands. And before he mentioned what the Prophet taught him, he thought it was important to mention how his sitting was with the Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم. علمني رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كفي وكفي بين كفيه التشهد كما يعلمني سورة من القرآن. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم my hand, he taught me, my hand was between his two hands, sitting close together. The Prophet has his one hand between his two hands. He taught him at-tashahhud, at-tahiyyatu lillahi wa salatu wa tayyibat. The same way that he taught him Quran. He can you read them part by part by part by part. فأنتم في نعمة. I only mention that to inform you all in the ni'mah. We have a number of brothers that memorize Quran. Other messages can barely find somebody to read the book of Allah. That's not because of your intelligence or because of your hard work. And the ni'mah in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَضَّلَكُمْ عَلَى غَيْرِكُمْ. He has chosen you all over others than you. So you have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ثم أخونا عبد الله بارك الله فيه قرأ في رواية شعبة عن عاصم وهو مقدم على حفص. بارك الله فيه أنتم في نعمة. نعم, our brother Abdullah, he read from the riwayah Shu'bah, from قراءة عاصم. Imam Ahmad used to prefer Shu'bah over Hafs. Many of us we're just familiar with Hafs and Asim. نعم. وهذا حديث النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال وهناك أحاديث روايات يقال لصاحب القرآن اقرأ ورتل كما كنت ترتل في الدنيا فإن منزلتك عند آخر آية تقرأها. الحديث لها ألفاظ. Read and recite and rise while you're reciting. It's going to be said to the person in the Quran, Yawm al-Qiyamah, read and recite. And he's going to rise while he's reading. This place with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be with the last verse that he reads. Imam al-Shawkani يقول الذي عنده قراءات يقرأ كل قراءة ويطلع هذا فضل القراءات. The one that has different qira'at is going to keep on reading. Each qira'ah is going to keep on reading. But what we want to recognize from the hadith, and it says, يقال لصاحب القرآن. It said to the sahib, suhbah, the companion of Quran, was suhbah يدل على ملازمة. The Quran is always with him. وصاحب. comes in the hadith of Abi Umama, أولما ينشق عنه القبر. Na'am. Al-Mu'min is the first thing that when his grave is cracked and he comes out of the Quran, يأتي رجل شاحب. A man comes to him, is kind of, he looks old, dusty. قال تعرفني? You know me? قال لا. قال أنا صاحبك القرآن. I'm your friend, I'm your companion, the Quran. نعم. فالقرآن يحتاج صحبة. The Quran means that you have to be with it every day. Doesn't mean that you have to do a lot, but you have to be continuous. You have to be continuous. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يعيننا. نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى تعيش. طيب يا إخوتي في الله، الله سبحانه وتعالى says في أول هذه السورة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را. طيب مالك عندك these letters المقطعة, were they present amongst the Arab before the Quran came down, or the Quran came down with them? The Arab ever heard of anything like Qaf, or Alif Lam Mim, or Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad, or this is something new to them? The Quran came with this. It wasn't present before. The Quran came with it. No, the Quran came with it. And we mentioned previously 4 things that the Quran came with. The Arabs didn't know anything about it. What is it? Did the Arabs know idgham, wal ikhfa, wal iqlab? Did they know that? Yeah. And did ya Ridwan? Did they know idgham? Man yu'min wa min qabl min ba'du. Muzaffar. Y'all I forgot your names. Huh? La, la. Did this thing come down with the Quran? Ahkam al-Masakin wa Tanween. Did the Arabs speak like that, or the Quran came with that? Abdul Fattah, what's my country? It came with the Quran. And the Arabs didn't know that beforehand. No, the Arabs knew all Ahkam al-Masakin wa Tanween. They knew that. Al-Iqlab, what we call Iqlab, wa Mim al-Shafawi, they knew all that. Wal-Qalqala, they knew it. That's Arabiya. That's Arabic. But the Quran came with 4 things. One of them is Huruf al-Muqatta'a. The Quran came with that. What else? Man Yazid, Tariq. What else did the Quran come with? Al-Mudud. The Arabs did not know Mudud. No. So it's not suitable that when you read Quran, you fall short in your Mudud. It was something that made their ears listen closely. What else? عندك يا عبد الغني السكتة كلا بل ران على قلوبهم وقيل من راق. And all of these things made them listen closely. 4 things: حروف المقطعة, المدود, السكتة, and حسن الصوت, beautifying your voice with the Quran. The Quran came with these things. It's only suitable that we preserve it in our recitation. Barakallahu feekum. So what do we benefit from these huruf al-muqatta'a? We don't know what it means. What did the ulama agree upon them? Ya Munir? No. What does the listener benefit from? No, what we mentioned. They mentioned as tahaddi, not as a challenge. ماذا ذكرنا يا عبد الله? What does this do to the listener? Yeah. It makes them attentive to what's coming after it. Remember that. Remember that. And the ayahs that come normally, and a lot of times that come after these huruf and muqatta'a, what is the topic? I need to forget your name, brother from Chad. What's your name? Yusuf. You have to change the Masjid to Masjid Yusuf. Or Yusufun. Make it younger. There's so many Yusufs there. Barakallahu fikum. And then ya Yusuf. What was the question? Na'am, the topic. What topic does Allah mention after mentioning these letters? غالبا, most of the time, in many songs, and the Abdul Ghani, about the Quran, about the Quran. Tayyib, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we just want to review very quickly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about Yusuf, Inni إذ قال يوسف لأبيه إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر. I saw 11 stars and the sun and the moon. This is going to come translated. رأيتهم لي ساجدين. I saw them making prostration to me. This is going to, the explanation of this is going to come at the end. What are these 11 stars? Yeah, Abdurrahman. No, specifically the stars. His brothers. His brothers. والشمس والقمر, what is the sun and the moon? His parents. No. رأيتهم لي ساجدين. طيب, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك. Oh my son, don't tell your dream to your brothers. What is your name? Abbas. Yunus. Why did he tell him don't tell your dream to the brothers? It's a good dream. He's afraid that they might. No. He's afraid that they might. Tayyib, this is a big question. كان شيخ مقبول يقول عندي سؤال كبير مثل ذا like it's this big. He can put his hands up because it's like this big. Allah after this, he says, وَكَذَلِكَ يَجْتَبِيكَ. And similar to this, Allah is going to choose you. Similar to what? وَكَذَلِكَ. And every time this comes up in a song like this, I'm going to ask you what this means. كَذَلِكَ. And like this, and similar to this, similar to what? No. To that ni'mah of the dream. You have to understand that. And simply, that's a ni'mah. And now Allah's mentioned additional favors He's going to bestow upon. And like that. Tayyib. وصلنا إلى قوله إخوتي في الله. One of them says, اقتلوا يوسف أو اطرحوه أرضا. One of them says, kill Yusuf or expel him from the land. And this is just as a result of the high level of envy. Tayyib, anybody and everybody loves their brother from their own family, their own blood brother. But this sickness made them overlook that. No, they care for him. But so you have to curb this. You have to, when you have these type of bad feelings, whatever it is, you have to curb it. You have to control it. Before it gets out of hand. No matter what it is, this is just us. There's other feelings of shakwa, of desires. There's all kinds of sensations and desires that we have. You have to nip it in the bud. You have to get rid of it at the beginning. Don't let it start some. Don't let it go on and go on and go on. It's going to get to the level of killing. It's going to get to that level. So they should have taken care of this at the beginning. قال قائل منهم لا تقتلوا يوسف وألقوه في غيابة الجب. What does this mean? غيابة الجب. ما معنى غيابة? It's in the darkest part, unseen from غيبة. In the darkest part of this well, the bottom of a well. What do you think is in the well? You think it's some blankets and pillows down there? Or cold water? Cold water. No. You think it was in there about an hour? Or you think it was there a couple of nights? Couple of nights. That's what we're going to get. Couple of nights. No. طيب, وصلنا إلى قوله تعالى أرسله معنا غدا يرتع ويلعب وإنا له لحافظ. Send him with us tomorrow. He can run around, relax, and play. And verily, we're going to protect him. قال إني ليحزنني أن تذهبوا به. It grieves me that you all will go with him, that you all will take him, meaning the separation, it bothers him, grieves him, it makes him worry. فأخاف أن يأكله الذئب وأنتم عنه غافلون. And I'm afraid that a wolf will eat him and you're not aware. قالوا لئن أكله الذئب. لئن, this land is awesome. Wallahi in أكله الذئب. It's swearing by Allah. لئن أكله الذئب. Swearing by Allah. ويسمى هذا يعني they're lying and setting up the whole state. They have a mother, they have a plot. لئن أكله الذئب ونحن أصبع. If a fox, if a wolf eats him and we're a group, إنا إذا لخاسرون. And if a wolf eats him and we're a group, we're destroyed. We're losers. فألزم على أنفسهم. They made this thing almost wajib on them that they're going to suffer. They said a negative statement also. They didn't say, inshallah, hopefully nothing would happen. They said, we're losers. Wallahi, we're losers. And they suffer from that state. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول بعد هذا إخوتي في الله فلما ذهبوا به وأجمعوا أن يجعلوه في غيابة الجب. When they went and they all agreed to put him in the bottom of the well. This is Yusuf. All of his brothers agreed. Ya subhanallah min hal. What kind of situation is that? All of his brothers. First time when they said kill him, one said don't kill him. And that's the next guy. Now they're down on the level from killing him. All of them agreed. Put him. All of them. So that time's that ikhwan. Sometimes things happen. It just takes one person to say, we need to stop. How many Shabbat, how many youth, they go and do things that lead to murder, lead to stealing, lead to catastrophe, lead to big things. They just needed one out of the bunch to say, hold on, brothers, don't do it. Just one of them. Nobody can say it. Just one. No. And this is important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when they all agreed to put him in the well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْهِ. And we revealed to Yusuf at this time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him revelation لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِمْ هَذَا وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. ثَبَّتَ أَيَّدَ أَعَانَ. Na'am ya ikhwati fillah. And we revealed to them that you will indeed remind them of this matter right here, and they don't even recognize it. When they're putting him in the well, لَتُنَبِّي. What's this lamb? لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُم. Tunabbi, that's the film of God. What's this lamb? Ya ikhwa, Yusuf, what's this lamb? لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُم. Na'am ya Hudayfa. Hamza. No. Lam Tawkeed, where you feed the county, enters on letters like Inna Linsan, Lafi, Khusr. But what lam enters on verbs? Qasam, Wallah, Qasam. You're going to inform him about this. Imagine he's going down in the well and Allah said in Revelation, Wallahi, you're going to tell him about this man right here, you're going to remind them. And then they're not even aware of it. He made him firm. We comforted him at this time. And it's going to come at the end of the story. We have to mention it now. We don't know if we're going to reach there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا عَلَيْهِ قَالُوا يَا أَيُّهَا الْعَزِيزُ مَسَّنَا وَأَهْلَنَا الضُّرُّ وَجِئْنَا بِبِضَاعَةٍ مُزْجَاةٍ فَأَوْفِ لَنَا الْكَيْلَ وَتَصَدَّقْ عَلَيْنَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَجْزِي الْمُتَصَدِّقِينَ. They came back to Yusuf, his brothers. They said, أَيُّهَا الْعَزِيزُ, it has afflicted us and our family. Dur, hardship has come to them. And there's no rain. According to what Yusuf translated in the dream. Ya Ummah, you with me? Translated, 7 years is going to be rain, 7 years, no rain. Now, during this time, at the end of the story, 7 years, no rain. Now, the family of Yusuf has to come and they have to get grain. But they come with Masana wa ahlana durru wa ji'na bi bida'atin musjatin. We come with something to trade for grain, but that which we coming with is not good quality. They have some produce that when they want to trade for food, but it's musjat, it's not good. فَأَوْفِي لَنَا, give us the complete return for it. Even though what we're using to spend is deficient, give us a complete return. What the sadaqah alayna, on top of that, give us sadaqah. Inna Allah yajzi mutasaddiqin. Allah, He rewards or gives sadaqah. Yusuf said, هل علمتم ما فعلتم بيوسف وأخيه إذ أنتم جاهلون. ما معنى هل, before I translate it, ما معنى هل علمتم ما فعلتم بيوسف. ما معنى هل, what does hal mean? Abdullah, what does hal mean? هل أتاك حديث الغاشية؟ هل أتى على الإنسان؟ ما معنى هل؟ قد. هل بمعنى قد. نعم. قد أتاك حديث, it has come to you, the hadith of الغاشية يوم القيامة. It's not istifham, it's tahqiq. Ya Abdul Rahman, did you understand that? Abdul Rahman, you with us? Hal means qad. Qad ata, it has come. Hal alimtum, you don't know what you did to Yusuf. Oh, it's right in their face. They don't even know he's Yusuf. Help us out. We have this. This is all the money that we have. Can you help us? Hal alimtum ma fa'altum bi Yusuf wa akhi in antum jahilun. Don't you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother? When you all are in ignorance. أَإِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ Yusuf? They don't even know. Allah told them that He's going to do this when they were putting them in the well all that time ago. قالوا أَإِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ Yusuf? Say, are you Yusuf? قال أنا يوسف وهذا أخي قد من الله. Allah has favored us. إنه من يتقي ويصبر. The one who combines between taqwa with his sabr. Some people have sabr, but it's not taqwa. إنه من يتقي ويصبر فإن الله لا يضيع أجر المحسنين. Allah doesn't waste the reward of those who do good. What did they say? قالوا تالله لقد آثرك الله علينا وإن كنا لخاطئين. They didn't just say, we wronged you. They said, MashaAllah, Allah has chosen you over us. The first thing that's stated for the man said is your clothes and Allah is good. They mentioned that before they even say, but in kunna لخاطئين, we wronged you. Now, let's go back to where we're at. قال وأوحينا إليه, and we revealed to him at this time when they're putting him in the well. لَتُنَبِّئَنَّهُمْ بِأَمْرٍ هَذَا. You are going to inform them of this matter, وَهُمْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ, and they don't know anything about it. طيب يا إخوة, here, أهل التفسير يذكرون. The people of Tafsir, they explain that when they put Yusuf in the well, they tied his hands and they took off his kameez. Just imagine. Just imagine. If they don't tie his hands, it's going to climb out, right? And they took off his kameez. Why? It's going to come in the story. They're going to put fake blood on his kameez, right? La ilaha illallah min khiyana. Hey, if those are your brothers, you don't even need any enemies. My brothers will suffice. I don't even need any enemies. Nah, they tied his hands together. And they took off his kameez. And they put him down. He's a little boy. It's a little boy. Wasaba. Nah. Ubtuliya fi dunya. This is fitna and it's worldly matters. Nah. It's a sad, sad situation. Nah. وَجَاءُوا أَبَاهُمْ عِشَاءً يَبْكُونَ. They came to their father at night crying. Gathered. يَتَبَاكَوْا. Faith, crying, tears. قالوا يا أبانا إنا ذهبنا نستبق. Oh, our father, we went and we were racing, competing, we were running. We were racing one another, see who could win. وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا. And we left Yusuf with the food and the stuff. فأكله الذئب. And a wolf ate him, just like he was afraid of him. No. وما أنت بمؤمن لنا. And I know you don't believe us. No. But in ولو كنا صادقين, even if we're true. No. So they lied and they came lying to their father about that. Here, I mean, this is a فائدة يذكره يعني في مسألة الوقف والابتداء. Where you start reading in the Quran and where you stop. This is a whole science. You can't just start anywhere in the Quran and just stop anywhere in the Quran. But it's good talaqi. When you're learning from your sheikh, he's going to tell you it's not suitable to start there, not suitable to stop there. And this ayah is the place that's not suitable to stop. قالوا يا أبانا إنا ذهبنا نستبق وتركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله. What does that mean? تركنا يوسف عند متاعنا فأكله. يا Umar, what does that convey? No, أكله. يعني we left Yusuf with the mata. Yusuf ate the mata. No. But it's for أكله الذئب. You have to finish the ayah. The wolf ate him. Now we left him with the food and Yusuf ate the food. No, you can't stop there. فأكله. Not فأكله الذئب. No. فأكله الذئب. والله سبحانه وتعالى says وجاءوا على قميصه بدم كذب. They came with his qamis, that when they took off his qamis, بدم كذب, with fake blood. So we want to stop here and we want to go back to the end of the story. قالوا إنك لأنت يوسف. قال أنا يوسف. Then they say تالله لقد آثرك الله علينا وإن كنا لخاطئين. They say, Wallahi, Allah has chosen you over, and verily we were the wrongdoers. This is the first time he's confronting them, and they see him, and they recognize who he is, and they're talking about the sin that they did, and the treachery that they did, and they admit it. What's the first thing he says? La tafrib alaykum. Who from us can do that? There's no blame on you today. It's only suitable for him to say, yes, you did wrong, take off your kameez, tie them hands up, send them down to the well. وَجَزَاءُ سَيِّئَةٍ سَيِّئَةٌ مِثْلُهَا. Ya Al-Ghazzali, you with me or not? If he said that, did he go overboard? La Allah. If he said, no, you did do wrong, tie them hands up. He has all his guard. Yusuf is Aziz. He has power in the land. Tie them hands up, take their shirts off, put some fake blood on, send each one down to the well. Couple of days. Because Allah says, which is out Sayyi'atun mithluha. And the water of a bad deed is a bad deed magic. Let me ask you a question. Do you think after all these years he was in prison that some of his brothers, they're like elderly, they like have gray hair, they're like elderly now, right? Ah! يا إخوة اسمع هذا العفو that's a مسامحة عظيم. من منا يقدر? Who from us can just forgive like that? First thing out of his mouth, لا تثريب عليكم اليوم يغفر الله لكم والله أرحم الراحمين. That shows يعني تواضع عظيم. يوسف هو الرجل كل الرجل. نعم. As we're going to see, this is a man. In the meaning of what a man is, Yusuf. La ilaha illallah, inshallah. You're going to see. Now. But when they come and they say, and they brought his kameez, he be done in kadab, when they brought his kameez with fake blood on it, all that brother said, well, it's yourselves are beautified for y'all. Y'all planned this. I thought it was a good plan. Some of the first people say that it's kameez, it wasn't torn, it wasn't ripped up. Wallahu a'lam. فقال فصبر جميل. ما معنى فصبر جميل? Doesn't mean that صبر is جميل. ما معنى فصبر جميل؟ ما قال الصبر جميل، قال صبر جميل. Meaning this jamil is description for sabr, a beautiful patience. It's a khabar, and he's a mubtada. They say that he's saying sabri, sabrin jamil. My patience is going to be a beautiful patience. So the first time Yusuf, Yaqub, قال كلمة سلبية. He said like a negative statement. وأخاف أن يأكله الذئب. Like after this, when the thing happened, قال فصبر جميل. What is sabr and jamil? Sabri, my patience, will be a beautiful patience. He says it later on. فصبر جميل. عسى الله أن يأتي بهم جميعا. يا عبد الغني أنت معي. He said it later on in the story when they took the other brother. He said, Sabr and Jamil. Perhaps Allah is going to bring as a positive statement. But what time did he say it? In time of deep, in a time of anxiety, in a time of pain. Yeah, Umar, you with me? So in the time of pain, say something positive. No, say something positive. فقال فصبر جميل والله المستعان على ما تصفون. Allah, His help is sought. His help is matlub. His help is requested on what you're describing and what you're learning about. Forward the amr. He turned the matter over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَجَاءَتْ سَيَّارَةٌ فَأَرْسَلُوا وَالِدَهُمْ. A sayyara, a caravan of travelers came. فَأَرْسَلُوا بَعَثُوا. They sent before them وَالِدَهُمْ. There's a group of people that go ahead and they bring up, they find where the well is and they bring up the water. Arsalu, a sayyara, this caravan, sent this group as responsible for bringing up the water from the well for the people to drink. فأرسلوا واردهم فأدلى دلوة. They sent the delwa down. They sent the bucket down. قالوا لا بشرى هذا غلام. They came up and Yusuf was on it. It's a young boy. فما معنى هذا غلام؟ ما معنى غلام يا مهدي؟ ما معنى غلام؟ انتبه. Don't think I'm just going to ask a question, face value question, and you just come with the easy answer. It's got to be a trick in my question. I'm telling you right now. Don't think I'm just going to ask you a simple question. It's just like that. Boy. تعال يا عبد الغني غلام. ما معنى غلام؟ وما معنى هذا غلام it came in this story. ما معنى فتى? It comes in ودخل معه السجن فتيان. ما معنى فتيان؟ وغلام. ما معنى هذا؟ ناصر and الناصر. نعم. هذا بيمين. What does that mean? يا عبد الرحمن. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال كما جاء من حديث أبي هريرة لا يقولن أحدكم عبدي وأمتي وليقل فتايا وفتاتي وغلامي. Means it's a slave boy. This is a slave. فأسروه بضاعة. They hid him so they could sell him. أسروه. They hid him. They went ahead of the caravan. They wanted to get the water. And they said, oh, this is a slave. أسروه. They hid him so they could get paid and they could sell him. فغلام كان للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم غلام أسود يقال له أنشجة. تعرفونه؟ He had a غلام أسود. He had a black slave. The Prophet had a black slave. صلى الله عليه وسلم. فغلام means slave. وفتى, as it comes in the story, امرأة العزيز تراود فتاها عبدها. Yeah, Tariq, you with me? The wife of the Aziz, she's seducing Fataha, yani her slave. Now, Yusuf understood. Right. فقالوا يا بشرى هذا غلام. This is a slave. وأسروه. They hid him. بضاعة as a thing of merchandise that they can sell. والله عليم بما يعملون. And Allah sees what they're doing. This ayah here that comes next, مختلف فيه معناه. It's a different opinion about the meaning. But we're going to look ahead of what we took previously to shed light on what's the correct opinion. وَشَرَوْهُ بِثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ. And they sold them for a cheap price. Who sold Yusuf? Are these people here, the Al-Warida, the ones that got him from the water, or was it his brothers that sold him? وَشَرَوْهُ بِثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ دَرَاهِمَ مَعْدُودَةٍ. A small amount of riyals, darah ma'duda. This last part here makes it very clear. وَكَانُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ. There was from amongst them making the price lower and lower and lower, just get rid of him. That shows it was Yusuf's brothers. Because the other ones, they when they got Yusuf out of the well, Yusuf's brothers go, no, that's our slave. That's our slave. And they sold him. The other ones wouldn't sell him for a cheaper price. Why? Because they want to make money. But the other ones from the beginning of the story, قال لا تقتلوا يوسف وألقوه في غيابة الجب يلتقطه بعض السيارة. They planned the whole thing. Some caravan is going to come and take them. They planned it from the beginning. And what do they want to do? يخلو لكم وجه أبيكم. The face of your father will be just what you get rid of him. They just want to get rid of him by any means necessary. They're not about money. They're not about money. They just want to get rid of him. So this in here is an indication that it's Yusuf's brothers that sold him. وَكَانُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ. Zahidin means they were those making the price cheap, but just get rid of him. Sell it, get him. وَشَرَوْهُ. When they sold them, بِثَمَنٍ بَخْسٍ, a cheap price. دَرَاهِمَ مَعْدُودَةٍ. For a few riyals. وَكَانُوا فِيهِ مِنَ الزَّاهِدِينَ. And for most of them, bringing the price down lower. Why would they hide them details? Then when they get to Egypt, they bring it down, bringing it down, bringing it down. Why did they hide them? Why did they go through that? Ya Munir, are you with me? Nah. Wallahu ta'ala. وقال الذي اشتراه من مصر لامرأته أكرمي مثواه. The one who bought him in Egypt, it wasn't the king, it was the wazir that bought him. He says to his wife, أكرمي مثواه. His clothing, his bedding, and his food. عسى أن ينفعني. Perhaps he might benefit us. أو نتخذه ولدا. Or we just treat him like he's our own son. وكذلك مكنا ليوسف. Like that. What does that mean? وكذلك يا إخوة. Like what? وكذلك, like that. Also like that. مكن. What is the ni'mah that happened? And Allah is saying also, what is the ni'mah? Allah saved them. Saved them from the well. It wasn't a well. He got out of the well. He got sold. MashaAllah. And Allah sent him to the best of owners. Na'am. Akramu mathwa. Best of food. Best of homes. Best of bedding. Best of food. But kadhalik, and like that, meaning like that ni'mah, ya Yusuf, you with me? Like that ni'mah, مكنا. وكذلك مكنا ليوسف في الأرض. This is a sign. He's going to go to prison and go a lot, but he's going to come out and he's going to be in charge. Khaza'in al-Ard. He's going to be charged of the whole land. That's going to come. وَلِنُعَلِّمَهُ مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْأَحَادِيثِ. It's going to come. You all are familiar with the story that Yusuf was in prison. What happened for him to get out of prison? What happened? What was the faraj that got him out of prison? Allah says, مَكَّنَّاهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلِنُعَلِّمَهُ مِنْ تَأْوِيلِ الْحَدِيثِ. He knows how to translate dreams. When he was in the prison, he translated the dream for two people. It's gonna come. After he translated the dream, فقال للذي ظن أنه ناج منهما اذكرني عند ربك. He said to the one that he knew he was going to get out, one is going to get killed, one is going to get out. فقال للذي ظن him استيقظ. He knew that he was going to get out. اذكرني عند ربك. Mention me to your owner, to your sayyid, to your master, so I can get out. فأنساه الشيطان ذكر ربه. Shaitan made him forget to tell his Lord. فلبث في السجن بضع سنين. He stayed in prison a long time after that. What's the first ayah after this ayah? فقال الملك إني أرى سبع بقرات. This dream is the reason why Yusuf got out of prison. And Allah is saying here, وكذلك مكنا ليوسف وليعلمه من تعليم الأحاديث. This is what got him out of prison. The fact that he was able to translate dreams. And we get out of prison, Allah مكنه في الأرض. قال اجعلني على خزائن الأرض إني حفيظ عليم. He was in charge of the land. Inshallah, we're going to explain it. Yusuf alayhi wasalam translated the king's dream. And it's going to come. He didn't just translate the dream, he advised them also. فقال تزرعون سبع سنين دعبا. You are going to have reigned 7 years. Now, قال تزرعون سبع سنين دعبا فما حصدتم. That what you get from it. فذروه في سنبله. Leave. This has nothing to do with the dream. He's just adding more and advising them. He's getting his way out of prison. He's not just translating. He told them what to do and how to do it. So after that, the Malik is قال ائتوني. قال الملك ائتوني به. Bring him in. So he's already in. The Malik is pleased with him. قال ارجع إلى ربك. Go back. I'm not coming out until they free me from this. When they freed him, now he's trustworthy. قالت من ائتوني به أخلصه لنفسي. Bringing him to the bank, said that before. I say it again now. I'm making it specifically for me. إنك لدينا اليوم مكين أمين. This is two things that Yusuf did on his own. I'm just going to mention it now, so when we get it, we're ready. Makin, he proves to them he knows everything about the dream and what they should do. They're going to have 7 years of rain, how they should do it. They're going to have 7 years no rain, and how they should do it, how they're going to survive. They're going to have a year after that of rain. Malik like that. Now he's going to prove that he's Amin, that he never did anything. Nah. So when he's at that position, Yusuf says, what is Khazan? In all these farms, I'm in charge. These 7 years, I am in charge of it. In 7 years, there's no rain, I'm the one who gives out the wheat. And this is why the brothers are coming to him to get that, because he's in charge. And Allah's speaking about it right here. كذلك مكنا ليوسف في الأرض. He's in charge of the Khazan. ولنعلمه من تأويل الحديث والله غالب على أمره. In this weak area, in this weak position, Allah is in charge of the whole situation of Yusuf. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking care of your matter when you're in your problem, but you have to be patient. We're going to start here. Let me give you all an example of patience. Sometimes you're doing things and you're working hard, you're being patient, but you don't see the thamarat, you don't see the fruits of your patience. But you have to be more patient. You have to be patient. على سبيل المثال, ice melts at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. 32 degrees Fahrenheit is a block of ice. When it reaches 32, it's going to start melting. So imagine it's 17 degrees, you're patient. And you're trying to be patient. Now it's 19 degrees, you're patient, but it's ice. It's ice. Now it's 21 degrees, and you're going further, but it's still ice. But you don't recognize that you're getting there. It's ice. 25 degrees, ice, hardship, difficulty, but you're closer. How would you know? That's only Iman. Nothing you can see. Only Iman. Allah's gonna waste your efforts. That's not possible. Maybe I don't see the result, but Allah's not gonna waste mine. إنه من يتقي ويصبر. The one who's patient and is upon taqwa, Allah ma yudi'u ajr al-muhsinin. Allah is not going to waste his efforts. 27 degrees, still ice. 29 degrees, ice. Nothing changed all these years. 30 degrees, ice. 31 degrees, ice. And now all the time, 32. Breaks. He sees light at the end of the tunnel. But you have to be patient. What's it going to, is it something tangible that's going to increase some in faith? You have to believe. You have to believe. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, makkana Yusuf. Dabbar lihad al-umur. Plan for him all these events at this part of the story, and it's years later. فلا بد أن نصبر على طاعة الله يا إخوة. Be patient upon obedience to Allah. Allah is not going to waste your efforts. ما ظنك بالله? What are your assumptions with Allah? I say, I don't know. I don't know what he might do. He might not reward you. Taqillah. Taqillah. That's what you think about Allah? Going to waste your efforts? Waste your iman. You're a Muslim. No. أحسب الناس أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون. Do the people think that they will be left alone saying they believe and they won't be tested? Anybody says they believe in Allah on the last day, you're going to get tested. Can you believe in Allah on the last day? You're going to get tested. Know that. Nah. What do you think? Why is this in the form of a question? أحسب الناس. Because a question indicates negation. Meaning, هذا بعيد. Stop. That's بعيد. A question conveys negation. It's not possible that somebody say they believe in Allah and they're not tested. So Allah's going to test you. What do you have to do? Believe. You have to believe. Allah has all the names and descriptions to increase you. وَلَا يُكَلِّفُ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وُسْعَهَا. Allah doesn't give a person a burden more than they can. There's so many things. وَهُنَاكَ يَا إِخْوَتِي فِي اللَّهِ. There are people that are more righteous than you. They've been tested with that which is more simple. You know, in the middle of your test, you can say, Alhamdulillah, it's not worth it. Alhamdulillah, I can be. Alhamdulillah, it's in my dunya, not in my deen. So we're going to stop here. We're going to ask Allah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our religion to make these lessons beneficial for us in our religion. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.